Are you prepared for an emergency situation? It's a question we often overlook, but in this unpredictable world, preparedness is key. Today, we're diving into the essentials of a well-prepared bug-out bag, with a special focus on the unique needs of women. A bug-out bag is a portable kit that contains the items one would require to survive for 72 hours when evacuating from a disaster. It's not about paranoia, but about planning. It's about ensuring that, should the unexpected occur, we have what we need to stay safe and healthy. For women, there are specific considerations to take into account. From basic necessities like water, food, and shelter, to personal items and health and safety tools, it's important to tailor your bug-out bag to your specific needs. So let's get started. Because remember, being prepared could be the difference between life and death. Every bug-out bag starts with the basics. First off, a bug-out bag, sometimes known as a survival bag or a go bag, is a portable kit that contains all the items one would require to survive for 72 hours when evacuating from a disaster. This bag is your lifeline in a crisis situation, and what you pack in it could mean the difference between life and death. Let's start by talking about the most fundamental survival essentials: water, food, and shelter. Water is the most critical resource for survival. You need to include water bottles, purification tablets, and filters to ensure you have access to clean, safe drinking water. Next, pack non-perishable food items, such as high-energy bars or dried fruits that don't require cooking. Finally, for shelter, consider a lightweight tent, a tarp, or an emergency blanket. These basics will keep you alive when the going gets tough. Let's dress for success, even in the face of adversity. When it comes to survival, your wardrobe choices matter more than you might think. The key is to focus on durability and versatility. Your clothing should be capable of withstanding harsh weather conditions, while also providing comfort for extended periods of time. Start with moisture-wicking base layers. These will help keep you dry, which is crucial for maintaining body temperature and avoiding hypothermia. Next, add insulating layers for warmth. Look for materials like wool or fleece that retain heat even when wet. Finally, you'll need a waterproof and windproof outer layer to protect you from the elements. And don't forget about your feet. Comfortable, sturdy shoes are an absolute must. They should be waterproof, offer good ankle support, and ideally be broken in to avoid painful blisters. Now let's talk about a topic that's often overlooked in survival discussions: feminine hygiene. In a survival situation, maintaining good hygiene isn't just about comfort, it's about health. Sanitary pads, tampons, or menstrual cups should all have a place in your bug-out bag. Choose what you're most comfortable with, but remember that menstrual cups are reusable and take up less space. Disposal of these products can be a challenge in the wild. Burning is an option, but it's not always feasible or safe. Burying is another possibility, but you'll need to dig at least 6 inches deep and at least 200 feet from any water source to avoid contamination. If these options aren't possible, you can carry sealable plastic bags to pack out your waste. Hygiene wipes can also be a lifesaver. They're great for freshening up when a shower isn't an option. Just remember to pack out your used wipes as well. Remember, your comfort and hygiene matter, even in an emergency. Your clothing and personal items can make a big difference in your ability to stay healthy and focused when it counts. So choose wisely and pack smart. Now let's ensure you're equipped to handle minor injuries and protect yourself. When it comes to health and safety, a well-stocked first aid kit is an absolute must. But what should this kit include, specifically for women? Start with medications. Every first aid kit should have basic over-the-counter pain relievers like ibuprofen or acetaminophen. If you have specific prescription medications, ensure to pack a sufficient supply of those as well. It's crucial not to overlook this aspect, as you never know when you might need them. Next, let's talk about bandages. You'll need a variety of shapes and sizes to cover different types of wounds. Antiseptic wipes or creams are also important to clean any cuts or scrapes and prevent infection. Don't forget the tweezers for removing splinters or other foreign objects, and safety pins can be surprisingly handy for a variety of uses. Now, moving on to personal protection. It's essential to have self-defense tools at your disposal. Pepper spray is a popular choice due to its ease of use and effectiveness. A personal alarm can also be useful to attract attention in an emergency situation. Remember, these tools are only as effective as your ability to use them, so familiarize yourself with their operation and consider taking a self-defense course if possible. But let's not forget, the best protection is prevention. That's where situational awareness comes into play. Being aware of your surroundings and understanding potential risks can help you avoid dangerous situations altogether. If you can, take a course in situational awareness. It's a skill that can be invaluable in a variety of situations, not just emergencies. Lastly, consider including some form of emergency contact information in your bug-out bag. Whether it's a list of numbers or a pre-programmed basic phone, it's important to have a way to reach out for help if needed. Your health and safety are paramount, and these items will help ensure that. Remember, the goal of a bug-out bag isn't just survival, it's to provide you with the tools and resources necessary to stay safe and healthy until you can reach a more secure location. So take the time to pack it carefully, and hopefully, you'll never need to use it. Every survivalist needs her tools. The multi-tool is the Swiss Army knife of survival gear. It's compact, yet packed with useful functions, from a can opener to a screwdriver, even a miniature saw. It's like having a whole toolbox in the palm of your hand. Next up, a lightweight flashlight. When the lights go out, you'll need to find your way, and nothing does the job better than a good flashlight. Don't forget to pack spare batteries. It's always better to have and not need than to need and not have, right? Last but not least, communication devices. A whistle can be heard from miles away, helping rescuers find you if you're lost. A signal mirror is also handy for daytime use. And a basic phone, nothing fancy, just something to make emergency calls. With these tools in your bag, you'll be ready to handle any situation. In the midst of chaos, don't forget your identity. Personal documents are an essential part of your bug-out bag. Copies of your ID, driving license, and insurance papers could be vital in a crisis. They can help you prove who you are, get necessary help, and even avoid legal issues. Now let's talk about money. Cash is king in many survival scenarios. Think small denominations, as they are easier to use for purchases and barter. And don't forget to stash some coins too. Next on the list is an emergency contact list. Sure, we all have our phones, but what if the battery dies or you lose signal? Having a written list of important numbers can be a lifesaver. Include family, close friends, your doctor, and any other essential contacts. These items might not seem like survival gear, but they're just as important. Because in a crisis, being prepared is more than just having food, water, and a tent. It's about being ready for anything. Survival isn't just about staying alive, it's about staying human. Indeed, a key element to remember in a survival situation is your morale. It's crucial to keep spirits high, even when the chips are down. This is where small comfort items come into play. A cherished photograph, a tiny keepsake, or a small book can provide a sense of normalcy and hope in the harshest of conditions. Maintaining a journal can also be a therapeutic way to handle stress and anxiety. Jotting down your thoughts, fears, and hopes can keep you grounded and focused. It's also a way to track your progress and remind yourself of your strength and resilience. You might also want to consider a small deck of cards or a harmonica. These aren't just for fun. They can be instrumental in keeping your mind sharp and engaged. Remember, maintaining your morale can make the difference in a survival situation. Now you're ready to pack your bug-out bag. We've covered the basics, from water, food, and shelter to clothing and personal items. We've touched on health and safety and the tools and gadgets that can make a difference when the chips are down. We've considered the importance of personal documents and money, and even the little comforts that keep our spirits high in challenging times. Remember though, this is just a guide. Your bug-out bag should reflect your own needs and circumstances. Perhaps you need specific medications, or maybe there's a tool you just can't do without. That's okay. The key is to be prepared, to anticipate your needs before you're in a situation where you're relying on your bug-out bag. Stay prepared, stay safe, and remember, you have what it takes to survive. Your survival is not just about the contents of your bag, but the strength and resilience within you.